Hello everyone, in this video I'll be showing you a Limitless Gojo Jujutsu Kaisen build guide in Baldur's Gate 3. This is a modded class made by Harpsy22 and it's based on Jujutsu Kaisen. This has been the most requested mod that I haven't covered yet, and I've been testing it out a bunch, and it has been put forward for console approval, so if you're checking in from console, it may come sometime soon. But what this is in a nutshell, it's kind of like a spellcaster mixed with a monk. So you get the flurry of blows attacks, which you know is very strong, and you also get a lot of unique spells. So with this, we also get to add our wisdom modifier to our armor class. We get the dexterous attack similar to the monk, and our monk weapons and armed attacks deal 1 to 4 bludgeoning damage unless their normal damage is higher, and we can also do bonus action attacks. Now, we actually have some pretty cool synergies that we can do here. We're going to go with 16 dexterity, 15 constitution, 10 intelligence, and 16 wisdom with 8 strength and charisma. And the reason for the constitution is because Tavern Brawler can actually make this build very strong. And we're dumping our strength because we're actually going to use strength potions to maximize the damage and defensiveness that we have on this build. This can be very strong if we set it up correctly, so that's the reason for that. And once we get ourselves level 2 here, we get on our movement increase to our speed, and then level 3 we get to choose our subclass. Now I am going with a mod here that adds the Firekeeper helmet to the game, which makes it kind of look like Gojo. It's the best I can do. But with our subclass, we're going with the Limitless. There's also the Shrine, but we're going Limitless. And with this, it also gives us the Infinity. Manipulate and distort space and will by creating a barrier to protect you from harm. We also get the upgraded Infinity. Allows you to alter your Infinity technique to block all damage instead of blocking one. And the AI will not target you if you block all damage. And you have the Infinity toggle, so it allows you to deactivate and reactivate Infinity. So some nice subclass features here, and we get the actions Cursed Technique Blue, pull one creature or object towards you using Cursed Energy as our resource and a bonus action. And then we also got the Flurry of Blows, Push, Topple, and Stagger, which is similar to the Open Hand Monk, and it's very strong. At level 4, we get our Slow Fall, Resistance to Fall Damage, and we get the Cursed Energy Reinforcement, so you can reinforce your body using Cursed Energy, enhancing both your offensive and defensive capabilities. We also get our Limitless Teleport, which is basically Misty Step, and the Curse Technique Lapse Maximum Output Blue. Create a point of intense gravity that pulls them in and slows targets, similar to the Black Hole attack that you get from the Elithid abilities. We also get to take a feat, and I think it's best to go here with Tavern Brawler. At this point, you can buy 3 strength potions from Auntie Ethel to give yourself 20 strength. So what you can do is you can actually level your character up when you go to Auntie Ethel, and every time you level it up, she's going to have 3 more strength potions, so you can buy up all that you'll ever need. And then we also take our constitution up to 16 here. Once we get to level 5, we get an extra attack, big power spike, and we get backflash. If you hit a critical hit, you roll 3 extra damage die as well as a normal additional critical die. So yeah, that becomes very strong very quickly. You want to do critical hits as often as possible. Level 6, we get our unarmed movement increased to our speed, and we get resistance. Our unarmed attacks will become magical for the purposes of overcoming resistances to physical damage. We get the Reversal Curse Technique, so you can draw upon your reverse curse technique to heal your body using an action to Cursed Energy. We also get the subclass feature, Refined Infinity. Your Infinity technique has now been improved to recharge every short rest. And we also get the Blue Instant Strike. Using Blue, instantaneously move to your target and do a devastating strike. Teleport +1, so you can manipulate space by compressing the distance between yourself and an ally and your intended distance via Limitless. We also get the Curse Technique Reversal Red Wave, so you can release a wave that forces all enemies away. We also get Flight as a bonus action, and the Curse Technique Reversal Red Orb, doing 2d8 of force damage, and hurls an orb that damages all targets and throws them back. We also get another feat, and I think at this point it's best to take up our Wisdom or our Dexterity. Both are going to increase our overall survivability as our armor class is based upon this. At level 7, we get the Evasion, so whenever you do whenever a spell would deal half damage on a successful dexterity saving throw, it does no damage, and only half if you fail. So further increasing our defensive capabilities. At level 8, we get Limitless Force Tunnel, which is similar to the Lifted ability. You utilize both red and blue to compress and warp space around you to charge forward and knock back all enemies by 12 meters. And we get another feat at level 8 here, so we can go with another ability score improvement to take up, this time we can go Dexterity or further boost our Wisdom all the way up to 20. It's your choice there. And at level 9, we get ourselves the Difficult Terrain no longer slows you down. You can jump an additional 6 meters when you're not wearing armor. We also get the Simple Domain. You become immune to the effects of Domain Expansion for 4 turns. And then we also got ourselves the Cursed Technique Reversal Red Orb 3, increased force damage. And increase infinity, so spend curse energy to increase the number of infinity charges by 1. You also get hollow purple, which does 10d10 plus 75 force damage. And yeah, that's really strong. No, it's really strong. And then we got this reversed curse technique, red repulsor, pushing anything back 6 meters. So that's honestly quite good. A lot of powerful spells at this level. At level 10, we get the unarmed movement, so it increases our movement speed even further. And then at level 11, we get ourselves a subclass feature, Domain Caster, the pinnacle of Jujutsu Sorcery. Construct a barrier infused with your innate curse technique. With a domain expansion, the user's curse techniques are activated and guaranteed to hit. Very strong. And we also get the domain expansion Unlimited Void, so overwhelm your opponents with boundless information, stunning them for 10 turns as a concentration. And we get the pushback, doing a 5d8 force damage, and push the creature by 12 meters, which is really, really strong. And once we make ourselves level 12, we get the domain amplification turn off. Enable this pass to remove domain amplification so you can use your innate technique. We also get the restore domain, so use a reversed curse technique to forcibly heal your brain, refreshing your innate technique and allowing you to bypass the daily limit of domain expansion and cast it again. And you get the domain amplification, so protecting you from the domain expansion, bypass the technique infinity. And we get ourselves a final feat, which I think is best to take up dexterity at this point. So yeah, this is actually quite strong. We got the arcane ward here, infinity, giving us the damage negation here. And for our gear, I'll show you what's best to pick here. So what this ends up looking like, we got ourselves Mask of Soul Perception, increase our attack rolls, which we really don't need a whole lot of, but the initiative and perception checks are nice. We're gonna land every hit, that's the thing. The Slayer Cloak is great because it reduces the number you need to roll a critical hit by 1. And as you remember, we got 3 extra damage die whenever we hit a crit, which is strong. We also got the Vest of Soul Rejuvenation, which will give us a counter attack if someone attacks us and misses, plus 2 to armor class. Gloves of Soul Catching gives us additional 1d10 force damage, which is doubled since we can do attacks that do 2 punches. And also gives a plus 2 to Constitution. And then we go with the Boots of Uninhibited Kashigo, because this will add additional damage equal to our Wisdom modifier to unarmed strikes, which puts our Flurry of Blows upwards of 94 damage, which is just crazy. And then the Killer Sweetheart, Ring of Protection, and then I went with the Amulet Greater Health for better Constitution, but unfortunately the Sentient Amulet with the Key Restoration doesn't actually work here, so there's no real best option for Amulet. It really is kind of tough to choose between the ones that we got, because all of them don't really matter as much in terms of output. I guess the Surgeon Subjugation Amulet can be a good choice too for the paralyzing a target, but yeah, this is it. I'm using a die from the Favorite Colors to make this dark as possible, so I'll show off what this looks like in actual combat. So we actually have so much damage. You could also multiclass in the Rogue Thief to give yourself that extra bonus action, because yeah, 94 damage on a bonus action is just crazy. But I'll show off what this looks like. We'll just get into combat here and do an attack, which will likely take them out. And I guess we just started things off, and that didn't actually take them out. Surprise. But no more bonus actions. So now we have to use actions. We got lots of attacks that are very strong. We can just punch too, like that is another option. So you can follow it up with another punch attack. This does a pretty good amount of damage. I'll critical hit our next target because I knew that was going to take them out. So we'll go over here and follow up with the extra attack and go ahead with the critical, because that'll hit really hard. 62 and 10. Perfect. So then we got the blue instant strike, which we can use to teleport somewhere and follow up with that attack. We got the cursed red orb, and we can upcast that even further. So this is an orb that's going to deal damage and knock people around, which can be actually really effective. But we can also, the most powerful spell that we got is the Hollow Purple, which you'll see is just a absolute powerhouse of an attack. It deletes anyone in its path. So that made more guards spawn because we took out targets. So that's the reason that I wanted to do that. But then you also got your domain amplification here, so you can bypass limited effect technique. So I'm actually just gonna camp out right here, let them come at me. But you can also turn on the upgraded infinity, which will help with your survivability. So if you end that, they don't even know what to do. They'll attack, but you'll see here how that goes. It just misses. So they would normally target other targets, but this will just block the damage for you. So you got the back flash here. Critical threshold reduced by 1 each time you land a critical hit too, so that's pretty crazy. You're just going to continually further hit more crits and crits, and then the infinity is going to keep blocking damage for you. We did get attacked through our infinity here, so it can happen, as every attack reduces one of the stacks that you have on there. So we got ourselves into a bit of a weird situation here. We're slowed, so we can't use our reactions, but Our bonus action attacks are really strong. I'll just show that off there. Boom, critical hit, and we got our action. So yeah, we got our hollow purple here again, which is very strong, but I'm gonna go with the domain expansion unlimited void, which I will drop right, I guess. Try to find this perfect spot for that. Whatever, I'll trigger the opportunity attack, that's fine. And I knew it was gonna miss. Then we'll drop this here so that this will just basically stop them all from working. So they're void stunned here, which is perfect, and then we can follow up with additional attacks, or we can just go ahead and I guess we got this too here where we can apply, so that further allows us to protect us from domain expansion and bypass limited technique infinity. So now we can just hide out in this for the time being, and we have the own domain. When you're in your own domain, they can't miss attacks the opposing domain, and we'll just end our turn here. They're all void stunned, so they just take damage and can't move, which is perfect. And then we got Shadowheart here, who had to come heal my character. They were getting wrecked, but yeah, they're taking a bit of aggro for us. And it's our turn again here, so I guess we can follow up. We can use some of these attacks, but it won't let us target them for some reason. But I guess we'll have to follow up with like a hollow purple, because that's really all we got for really offensive attacks. And I guess we could also go the simple domain too. This makes us immune to the domain expansion. And then we can follow up, I guess, with this attack here. You want to line this up at all possible to be able to hit as many targets as you can. So we're going to go here and likely, yeah, we can hit 3 targets. So this will just disintegrate them basically. Got rid of their elemental too. And then I got a bonus action attack, which I'll just use on this target here. So flurry of blows. You can stagger them as well. It's likely going to take them out. Yeah, critical hit. Boom. Yeah, 62 damage on 1 punch. It's just nuts. So yeah, there's still void stunned hit there, so those continue to take damage, and that's perfect. You want to catch as many as you can in that. Not sure why the other attacks won't work, but we got the hollow purple, which just deletes people, so we can go ahead with that. And then to finish things off, we'll just go with a simple punch to the noggin there with our flurry of blows, and boom, there it is. So that's a Gojo Limitless Jujutsu Kaisen build in Baldur's Gate 3. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit the subscribe button below if you found this video fun or useful, and I will see you all in the next video.